Hello everyone, Mark here, and today I thought I'd show you some of my RC vehicles. Now I'm not going to show you all of the RC vehicles because some of the others are projects, so I will show you them closer to the time, but I just want to show you some of the ready to run vehicles that we've got and that we use all of the time. So you've probably seen this one before. This is my Axial Exo Terra buggy. This thing is a beast. It weighs a ton. It weighs quite a lot more than most standard 110 electric models. It weighs quite similar to like a nitro model. It's just a solid vehicle. I won't take the shell off because basically it's a rigid frame, and then it has polycarbonate panels, and then basically you have to undo everything to actually get inside of it. Bit of a pain to work on, but a lovely buggy to actually use. It has a 3660 3300 kV brushless system in there with a 120 amp electric speed controller. I might put a couple of pictures so you can see it a bit better. But basically it's a 1/8 brushless system. Runs on 2 to 3 cell lipos. I've got some lights in the front of the rear. I make my own light setups. I've been doing that for around 15 years. So I won't buy lights, I just make them myself. Which you'll probably see some more of that in the future as well. But yeah, this thing is a beast. Very enjoyable to actually run. Unfortunately, it's a discontinued vehicle now. So you can't really buy these unless you're lucky and you find one second hand, but you can still get some of the parts imported from like the US and stuff like that, so that's always a good thing. So I'm going to put this down and I'm going to show you one of my other vehicles. Okay then, so this one is in fact my little girl's truck. Now this thing is a beast. It's a Losi Strike short course truck. Now once again, this is a discontinued vehicle. Now Losi still make their short course trucks, obviously, just not the Strike no more. Now this thing is probably a good, I don't know, maybe a good 10-11 years old, and it's still going strong. It's never let us down. It is built like a blimmin' tank, and to be fair, it's huge. It's going to be one of the biggest 110 scale short course trucks you're going to actually see. Now I will quickly pop the lid on this one and just show you what's underneath the body shell. And like I say, this thing is old. The brushless kit that I've got in here is probably 12 years old. I've had it in loads of vehicles and it's still going strong. Now as you can see here, this is the chassis for the Losi Strike. Nice slimline. This was basically a racing short course truck, and as you can see from them bumpers, it takes a beating. There's literally bumpers protecting the bumpers. This thing is insane. Now it's pretty quick as well. I've got it geared down to around 42 mile an hour, so it doesn't cause my little girl any trouble now. But she's been RCing probably 10 years on and off as well, so she's pretty capable of controlling anything you give her, really, to be honest. Now this is powered by a EZ-Run brushless system. Now it's a censored brushless system. It's a 9-turn, which is a 4300 kV. Now when it comes to kV and turns, it's going to differ slightly from manufacturer, so that's why most of them really now just go by kV on the brushless systems, not the turns. It has a little 35 amp electric speed controller, but like I say, this is more than powerful enough to actually run this truck anyway. No problem, like I say, doing 40 plus mile an hour. If I change gearing, up the strength on this speed controller, put 11 volts in there, it'll do a lot more than 40, that's for sure. We use this all the time. My little girl bashes the hell out of this, and she loves it. Like I say, it's 10 years old and it still works like a champ, even to the point I've not even had to change the spur gear. The spur gear on this is probably one of the best spur gears I've come across on any model. Now it's quite similar to the way Traxxas do theirs, but this has got like a dual slipper clutch plate on there, which just really strengthens everything. It's just a lovely model to drive. Now, quickly show you the body shell here. As you can see on the body shell, I've got some of my light setups. My light systems are good for bashing. I can make them in all different ways. They can be powered off of obviously the receiver, or have individual power packs that run them themselves. But I'll probably put some pictures up in one of the corners as well, actually showing some of my light setups and what I've actually put them on. Like I say, I've been doing them for many years. But yeah, this thing is an animal. It's just a really fun truck to actually use. So yeah, this is the Losi Strike short course truck. So let's get another one out. This is the Traxxas VXL Mini e-revo. It's a 1/16 scale model, and in my opinion this is one of the best 1/16 scale vehicles on the market today. It is built like a tank. Now, I love Traxxas as a brand anyway. Yes, they are expensive, but they're also great quality. Bit like DJI, if you want to look at it like that. Their drones are very expensive, but the quality is up there. They are one of the best on the market, as you all know. And in my opinion, same goes for Traxxas. Their models, I've been using their models for around 18 years, give or take a few years. Time does fly, but yeah, I love Traxxas. I just love the build quality, and they're just very reliable vehicles in my opinion. Now, this thing's got a few upgrades on it. Got some RPM lower and upper suspension arms, some TRX titanium tie rods and stuff like that. I've noticed on 11 volts the electric speed controller does get quite hot. So does the motor, but not too bad. But what I've done, I've just bodged a little 1/10 scale fan on there, and I've angled it so it actually cools down both units in one go, rather than having two fans. But this thing is a beast. And like I say, the 1/10 scale Traxxas Revos, they were one of the strongest trucks on the market. Now this thing, because it's basically the same design, just shrunk down, it makes it even stronger. This thing is built like a tank. And power, well, it's got a 380 Velelium system in there, and this thing gives it some proper power. On 11 volts, this thing does standing still backflips. I've turned down the slipper clutch a little bit because I don't want it to be doing standing still backflips. It looks cool and everything, but it's not very practical when you're trying to run the vehicle. But yeah, this thing is powerful and fast. Easily 50 mile an hour on 11 volts, but 45-50 mile an hour. But because it's such a small vehicle, that just seems even quicker anyway. But yeah, Traxxas e-revo. This is the mini version, so the 1/16 scale. Highly recommend this vehicle. If you're looking for one of the best 1/16 scale vehicles on the market, highly recommend you get that. So let's put that aside and get okay then. So I thought to speed the video along a little bit because I tend to talk too much. I thought I'd show you two little trucks, two little models at the same time. So we've got here the WLtoys A979 truck, and then the A959 buggy. Now you can get these in a few versions. You get the A version or the B version. The difference between the B versions and the A versions are upgrades. I've got the A versions, like I say, so they've got a smaller motor. They don't have bearing system. They have more plastic parts than metal parts, but it was basically half the price. So I picked these up for like £32 each delivered, which in my opinion is a bargain for cheap, low quality models. They're actually great fun and they're pretty good quality. Don't get me wrong, they're not Tamiya, Traxxas, Losi, Armour type quality, but for the money, you can go into a shop and you can buy a toy grade RC model for £30-40, and they're rubbish compared to these. You can get aftermarket upgrades, basically anything you see on here you can upgrade, aluminium, better plastic. They're good little trucks and good little buggies, so I do highly recommend them. Now this one is mine and this one is my little girl's. But at the end of the day, we do share our models, so if she wants to use mine, I want to use hers, we can. What I'll quickly do, they're basically the same. Underneath the bodies, they are basically the same thing, just with different wheels and different shells. So what I'll do, I'll just show you the truck, and as you can see, that is it. Very basic, very simple, very plasticky. But like I say, if you want to upgrade them, you can. But cheap little bashers, these are cool. Now I've got quite a lot in mind for these little vehicles, and I'm going to do some videos very soon on them, because I'm going to be upgrading these and upgrading them quite a lot, because it is cheap and it is worth it. So basically, I've got to get full ball bearings throughout the whole model. I'm changing these suspensions as well. These suspensions are rubbish, they really are rubbish, but I'm going to put some Tamiya TA5 shocks on there, I think. Basically they're aluminium aftermarket shocks. I'll show you anyway. Might even put a little picture up in the top right hand corner or top left hand corner just to show you. Now this is a brushed system. They use 2-in-1 electric, so the electric speed controller and the receiver is one unit, and it has a 390 sized brushed motor. To be fair, these probably do around 30. They estimate 30, I think. It is close, but because they're small, that speed seems a little bit quicker anyway. But you probably saw straight away, look at that bounce. Now that is for two reasons. These suspension, even though they're oil-filled suspension, they're probably half filled, if that at all. Probably not even the right weight. The springs are rubbish. It's just poor suspension. So, like I say, I'm going to be putting new suspension as well as many other things on these little vehicles. So, I do recommend them though for cheap little bashers. You want something cheap, little. These do the job, and they're really fun to actually use. 2.4 gigahertz radio comes with them, so yeah, pretty cool little model. So I'm talking too much, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to just show you my last favourite truck, and it's probably my favourite as well, so bear with me. Okay, so last up then is my pride and joy vehicle. This is my Traxxas Stampede. This is the 2-wheel drive version. It was the VXL version, so basically the brushless version, but I've had this around 8 years, give or take. So the original brushless system's died, so I've put another brushless system in there. But it works really well. Once again, it's Traxxas, it's reliable, very good for bashing. The 2-wheel drive versions are quite erratic, so they're popping wheelies all the time, but in my opinion it's great fun. I love 4-wheel drive vehicles, but also I like 2-wheel drive vehicles as well. And with the design of the Stampede, it actually corners quite well, because they're actually, when you're cornering, it will actually cock a leg up to help it keep balanced. It's just a great fun truck. It's my custom designed body shell. Did all that myself. Designed all the logos, designed the paintwork, did the paintwork, put my light systems in there as well. Got my RC Bright Lights logo. I've been building them, like I say, for a long time. But yeah, this is my Traxxas. I'm still going to call it a VXL, because basically that's what the chassis is. And it's just got a different brushless system in there. So let me quickly pop the shell off, give you a quick look. Another thing with the Stampedes, it's just a basic, simple design. Traxxas have been using this design on their 2-wheel drive Stampedes for probably 20 years, and then they just tweak things over time, improve slight features of the vehicles, but it's just ultra reliable in my opinion. I've put a Fly Sky 2.4 gigahertz in there, so I can control more than one vehicle with my radio system, and I've actually put a Shore Pass brushless system in there. This is a 10.5 turn. I wanted to go a little bit for a bit of speed and torque, rather than lose out on a bit of torque and lose out on a bit of speed. I wanted to keep a nice thingy, and I've got a low amp ECG as well, electric speed control. I've got a low amp one, got a 45 amp, so I get nice run time without drawing too much power from my LiPos. So I get around 40 minutes run time from a like 5000 mAh LiPo battery. I've put a fan on my motor because I like to keep things nice and cool. Cooler the better at the end of the day, guys. Custom shocks on there, nice adjustable shocks, and I've kind of colour schemed everything. But yeah, that's my Traxxas Stampede. You're going to be seeing a lot of video footage on this. Now there's my light system in this one, yet again just a basic bashing light system. Now to be honest guys, when I take our trucks out and when we all go out as a family, I don't tend to film them that often because we're too busy having fun with them rather than filming. But I will try to get some video footage up in the future. Obviously summer's coming, so I'm going to be taking them out. But yeah, that's it for this one, guys. Like I say, I just wanted to do a reasonably quick video, but knowing me, I talk too much anyway, so it's not going to be that quick. But I wanted to share some of my vehicles with you. And like I say, I've got some others, and I will be sharing those with you as well, but they're going to be projects. So I'm going to be sharing them with you over time. And like I say, anything, when I do work on these vehicles, I'm going to do it on video, why not? But that's it for me, guys. Thanks for watching. Please do hit that subscribe button if you've not already subscribed. Hit the bell notification button and give it a thumbs up as well. So happy RCing everyone. Take care. Bye bye.